Have you ever looked at the world of wealth and just felt locked out, like it's a game for other people? Well, today we're tearing up that entire script. We are going to walk through a step-by-step roadmap for building real, lasting wealth, starting from absolute zero. Yeah, you heard that right. No trust fund, no connections, just a plan. Let's dive in.
So let's just get to the big question right away, right? Can you really do this if you're starting from nothing? I mean, it feels impossible sometimes, I get it. But the answer, and I want you to really hear this, is absolutely yes. And it has nothing to do with getting lucky. It's about a process, a roadmap you can actually follow.
And this is the key. This is the fundamental mindset shift you have to make right now. For just a minute, forget about the number in your bank account. The journey to wealth doesn't start with money. It starts with changing how you think about the resources you already have.
So, if money isn't your first asset, then what is? Well, that brings us right into our first section. We're going to talk about identifying and building the one thing you already possess that has, believe it or not, infinite value.
This is such a game changer. You know, it's so easy to get stuck in that scarcity mindset, right? Trying to save every last penny. But the real leverage, the real power, doesn't come from cutting back another $5. It comes from expanding your ability to earn in the first place. Your capacity to learn new things and create value. That is the engine that's going to drive everything.
And this slide, it just breaks it down perfectly. Think about your time. Are you spending hours just scrolling, just consuming content? Or are you investing that same time to create something, to learn something? Making that shift from being a consumer to a creator, that's the very first active step you take toward a bigger income.
And look, these aren't just some random skills. They all have one huge thing in common. They solve expensive problems that people and businesses have. And you know what? You don't need a 4-year degree to learn them. All you need is the internet and a bit of dedication. Pick one: communication, coding, design, any of them, and master it. That can become your direct path to earning more.
Okay, so you've started building up your skills, and maybe your income is starting to climb a little bit. That is fantastic. But earning more money? That's only half the battle. Now we're moving into section 2, how to turn that income from a little stream into a powerful river.
I absolutely love this metaphor. It doesn't matter if it's rupees or dollars or pesos. The idea is exactly the same. You're not just piling up cash for the sake of it. You are collecting seeds. Every single dollar you set aside has a job to do, and that job is to grow into something way, way bigger. But here's the catch. You can't just pile up those seeds in a shed and expect them to grow. There's this silent thief called inflation, and it means that money just sitting there is actually losing its value over time. That $100 you have today, it's going to buy less stuff next year. So saving is a crucial first step, but it is not the final destination.
In this is where the magic happens. This is the real engine of wealth creation, compounding. It's how you finally make your money start working for you, instead of you always having to work for it. It's kind of slow at first, yeah? But you give it enough time, and it becomes this incredible, unstoppable force.
And just look at this. This example just shows you the pure power of time. Let's say you invest just $100 a month. After 10 years, hey, that's a nice chunk of change. But look at the jump between your 20 and your 30. It nearly triples. That's not just your money growing. That's your returns making their own massive returns. That's compounding in action right there.
Okay, so we know we have to plant our seeds and let them grow. But where do we actually plant them? That takes us to section 3. And honestly, this might be the most important lesson in all of personal finance. It's about understanding the difference between things that make you rich and things that just make you look rich. It really is this simple. Before you buy something, just ask, does this put money into my pocket or does it take money out? That's it. An asset puts cash in your pocket. A liability takes it out. The goal is to spend your life buying assets. It's that straightforward. So how do you actually do this? Well, you can start really simple. You can invest in something like a low-cost index fund, which basically lets you own a tiny piece of the whole stock market. Or you can take that skill we talked about in section 1 and turn it into an asset. Create a digital product, offer a freelance service, start a tiny side business. The goal is always the same. Create ways to make money that aren't tied one-to-one with your time.
And really, this quote sums up the whole mindset, doesn't it? An employee trades their time for money, which is fine, but an owner builds systems that generate money, whether they're actively working or not. So even if you have a job, start thinking on the side. What can I build? What can I own?
So, we've covered the what and the how. But you know what? None of it works without the single most important ingredient. So, welcome to our final section, the power of consistency.
This is the hard truth nobody really wants to talk about. There are no shortcuts. Building real wealth is not a lottery ticket. It's a marathon.
You're not going to see it on Instagram. It's not the flashy car or the designer watch. In fact, a lot of that stuff is a liability. Real wealth is quiet. It's the silent accumulation of assets happening day after day behind the scenes. And here it is. This is the secret sauce. It's not about making one big, brilliant move that changes everything. It's the result of 1,000 small, correct choices, repeated over and over and over again, even when, especially when, it feels boring.
And this is the bottom line, isn't it? Can you handle the boredom of success? Seriously. Can you invest a little bit every month? Can you keep learning every week and control your spending every day without needing that constant rush of excitement? That discipline, that's what separates the people who build wealth from those who just dream about it.
Now, if you're just starting out from zero, this slide right here is the best news you're going to hear all day. You have the one resource that even billionaires can't buy more of: time. The magic of compounding is on your side, but it only works if you start now, today.
And please let this be your final takeaway from all of this. Don't get discouraged by where you are right now. It doesn't matter. Every single day, you can make one small choice to learn a skill, to save $1, to buy one tiny asset that moves you in the right direction. And that direction, that's all that matters.
So let's make this real, right now. Forget about some giant, scary 5-year plan. Based on everything we just talked about, what is the one small step you can take today, right after this? Will you spend 30 minutes learning a new skill? Will you automate a $10 transfer to your savings? The journey starts with that single step. And your answer to that question, that's where your story really begins.